Today in this video, we are going to talk about how you can develop a good relationship with money. Money is a very important part of all our lives, even if you agree or do not agree. You need money to do even the basic things. And managing money is something which is not taught to us in schools or colleges, which is why whenever we talk about money, there is a blind spot to it, or there are some blocks that we ourselves don't know. Back in my 20s, even I was that kind of a person who would think that I have a very clear idea of money, but then I was wrong. Slowly and gradually, when I came out of my MBA college and started earning and spending money on a day-to-day basis, that is when I realized I have so much to learn about money on the both aspects, on the technical aspects as well as the mindset aspects. So in this video, I have summed up each and everything about money that I've learned in the past 10 years. These kind of topics we don't generally do on our channel, but slowly and gradually, I want to touch upon the points which are a major part of our lives, and the fact that how your relationship is with money determines a lot of your life. So it's important to develop a very healthy and good relationship with money. Let's begin this video by understanding the concept of money. Initially, back when in the Stone Age, the human race did not have any concept of money. We were hunters and gatherers. We used to hunt for the food and we used to live in caves. So basically, we did not need money to fulfill the basics of our life, that is food, shelter, and clothes. All of it was taken care of by hunting and gathering. But slowly and gradually, as the human race evolved, the barter system came into play. So if someone had an excess of rice, they would trade it for some kilos of potatoes that they would need. So then came the barter system, but this was a system which had a lot of loopholes. Then came the concept of currency, wherein you traded things in exchange of coins, which you can then use to buy anything that you needed. And slowly and gradually, even the currency evolved. Different countries developed their own currency in the form of coins or paper notes. And that is when the human mankind got access to currency. So this is basically the concept of money. You need money to fulfill basic necessities of your life: food, shelter, a house, electricity, clothing, and all sorts of things. Money back then was a tool to buy things, and right now also it is a tool to buy things. It is neither evil nor good to anyone. It's a neutral tool. It totally behaves with you the way you behave with it. If you abuse money in terms of you use money mindlessly and carelessly, it's not going to be with you in the times when you need it the most. So it's important to understand and develop a healthy relationship with money. Because they say you cannot buy happiness with money, but sure, you can buy things with money that will bring you comfort and that will get you freedom, and that will eventually lead to happiness. However, I truly believe that happiness is something which exists within us, despite something exists or not, but comfort and freedom is equivalent to happiness. Additionally, money also gives you the freedom to choose what you want to do with your time and as long as you want to do. Slowly and gradually, we'll get into this particular point as we get further into the video. Now that we have a little concept about money, let's move on to understanding how money can treat you well. So basically, how you treat money is the same way money is going to treat you. If you abuse it, use it carelessly on things that you don't need, those are not your wants or even your needs, it's not going to be with you at the time when you need it the most. Budgeting is super important when you start earning money, and basic rule of budgeting in personal finance is the rule of 50, 30 and 20, wherein 50% of your income you spend on your needs, 30 on your wants, and 20 on savings for the rainy days. And slowly and gradually, as your income increases, you spend 30% on your needs, 20% on your wants, and the rest you save or invest, because the savings and investments are income for the future. Because as your income grows doesn't mean that your lifestyle and your needs would also grow. If it does, then you will eventually fall into the lifestyle creep. What is lifestyle creep? let's say your income is 100 rupees and your lifestyle expenses are 50 rupees for a month, and in the next month, if your income increases to 150, your needs are not going to increase. They're going to be 50 rupees only. But if you increase the needs from 50 to 75, you're going to end up saving similar amount as was your investment when you were at 100 rupees income. You're not growing. Basically, you are falling into lifestyle creep. So it's best that we put a full stop in upgrading a life to build that momentum of attaining financial freedom. A lot of you would think, what is financial freedom? Financial freedom is when you have at least 12 to 24 months of expenses saved up and you do not have to think about your expenses for the next 2 years. That means you're financially free for the next 2 years. That's what's the concept of financial freedom. Now, a lot of youths, they say that, okay, I earn only 25,000 or 30,000 per month. I've just started earning. I will save and invest in future. I want to enjoy now. I finally started earning, being financially independent, and I want to use this money. Sure, you can go ahead and do that, but realize that how you spend your 30,000 is going to represent how you're going to spend your 30 lakh income when you turn 35 or 40. It's going to be the same. The fundamentals are going to be the same. So the decision is totally up to you. Also, earning wealth is not a zero-sum game. That means for you to earn wealth, someone doesn't have to lose their wealth. There is so much money in the world, then literally all people on planet can become wealthy if they decide. So develop a healthy money mindset. Don't chase after money, attract money in your life. This is very similar to not chasing butterflies, but building a garden where butterflies can come and blossom. Also, how you make money is super important because money is an energy coming in. So money should not be made at the cost of other person. It should be only made by helping other people or serving other people. Because Ken Honda, in his book Happy Money, said that money is happy or sad. You can feel whether the money is happy or sad by touching money. You will realize that if you're making money by actually helping others or at the cost of someone. So in the first part of the video, we talked about the mindset aspect of money. We needed to clear these basic fundamentals. Now let's talk about the technical aspects. When I said that you should be knowing where your money is going, that means you should have a detail of each and every penny that goes out of your pocket and that comes in your pocket. So back in 2020, I developed this amazing habit that I'm super proud of to show you all, that I track and maintain an Excel sheet of all the expenses, be it my personal, family or business. I track them on an Excel sheet. And let me actually show you and take you inside the Excel sheet. You are inside my Google spreadsheet of 2024 personal expenses, and this kind of similar Excel sheet is something that is prepared for my business expenses also. So here you can see all of the expenses for the month Jan, Feb, March and April. April, I'm showing you the fresh version, basically what all things that I cover. Number one is the date. Like, I always pay through my UPI. So I have the record of all of the transactions. Usually on every Monday, I will sit down and fill up all of the entries from my UPI history in this particular Excel sheet. So I will have the date mentioned over here, the item, like for what I have done, the expense, what was the amount, and here I have created a category. So over the period of time, I have realized there is certain amount of categories that I majorly spend on, and then I've categorized them, and rest other expenses are generally in others, or I just define them. So basically they are Zomato, Swiggy, like basically you take out an order, groceries, or if you have gone to some grocery shop for the basic items, health and wellness, Porter is a service that I use a lot. to get stuff from my home to the office, shopping if I've shopped something, grooming, miscellaneous, EMI. Petrol is also one of the major expenses on the monthly expenses that we have. Amazon, if you have ordered something from Amazon, but specifically for the house or for our lifestyle basic things that we need. Home, like home decor or something that we're buying. Uber is also an expense, so sometimes we take Uber here and there. So this is for the regular and daily expenses, and then I put up the mode over here. Sometimes it happens that I pay by cash, so I also mention over here, but majorly it is by UPI. So this is how I track my money, and every Monday I sit and evaluate where the money has gone. So Monday is basically reviewing the analytics of the videos and reviewing the finance of my business and my personal life. So this is a basic Excel sheet that you can also create and maintain, and give yourself a day that you will be putting in all the entries, and make sure that you are using any kind of digital payment method that helps you keep a track record of the money that you are spending. It's actually a very nice habit, and ever since I have done that, I finally know that where I am spending money. So which is something that you can see in the category. Now I know where my majority of the money is spent. My mother always told me that save money, because saving money will help you in the days when you will need it the most. So saving is also a very important part. We have talked about the expenses, about knowing where you are spending majority of your income. It's important to also save. So there are basically 2-3 types of savings that you should be doing. Number one, as soon as you start earning, invest into a health insurance. There is a saying that insurance is like parachute. If you don't have the first time, you might not need it again. So it's very important to invest into health insurance that will save you in your rainy days. The next type of investment that you should be doing in life insurance or term plans, because that will safeguard your family in the uncertain times if something happens to you. And the third form of saving is the emergency fund, from which you can buy your financial freedom. What is an emergency fund? The amount of expenses saved up. So even if you don't earn for some months, you have a safety net of that emergency fund. So these are the 3 basic types of savings that you should be having from the day when you start earning. Now let's move on to the next point, which is actually the cream of the entire video, wherein you can put money to work to make you more money. Basically investing. There are so many and plenty of options available for investments. You can start with as minor amount as 500 into stocks, mutual funds, gold bonds, and there are so many options available to invest. I will link some videos so that you can get in-depth knowledge about where you can invest as per your interest. You would not need a lot of money to start investing. Like I said, you can start investing by only just 500 rupees, because investing works on the scale of compound effect. Well, let's understand what actually is compound effect. If you can get $3 million today, and if I gave you $1 that multiplied or doubled every day, what would you choose? Pause this video and answer me in the comments. So in the first case scenario, you will just have $30 million in your hand right away, no doubling, nothing. But if you choose the second option, this is the amount of money you will have towards the end of the 30th day. That's the power of compound effect. So investing works on that premise. So start investing with whatever money that you can pitch in from your income. Towards the last, I want to talk about some book recommendations and some resources that you can read to hone your skills at personal finance. The number one book that I recommend is The Psychology of Money, that actually changed my relationship with money. That's after reading this particular book, I started seeing money the way I see it right now. The second one is Your Bad Asset, Making Money by Jed Sincero. This is one of my favorite books that I reread every year, because it reminds me of some money mindset that helps me with developing a healthy relationship with money. And lastly, I have talked about this particular book in the video as well, which is Happy Money by Ken Honda. So these are the 3 books I highly recommend you to start reading to begin your healthy relationship with money. So yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end, and let me know in the comment sections if you want to see more such videos. I will see you in another video. Till then, bye bye.